gut, pulled it back, and kept it for the first down. Mainland's in business. 14-yard line, first down and 10. We have 8:40 left here in this opening quarter. We're still scoreless.
Graziato's a tough kid, too, weight room kid. He can put it in the air, and he can use his feet. He's an athlete, but he's got weapons this year. He's got some weapons. And I'm so glad to have this kid, this running back, who I hear the name John Stone being thrown around. Oh, no.
Poor snap by Mainland there. Graziato was not ready for it. It went over his head. He didn't expect it. Must have been one of those first sound calls there, Dave. And the ball was snapped over his head. Mainland finds itself way back at the 30-yard line. A loss of 16 on the play, so it'll bring up second down and long.
So there might have been a little bit of technical difficulties with the broadcast at first. I think we got it up now.
All right, you're gonna hang in. Listen, you got to hang in there with us.
It is recorded.
We
though,
are
so
not. Yeah.
Get back and watch it later, but
we are not perfect. You're gonna have to hang in there with us. Listen, I told you we're gonna break down the fourth wall right off the bat, and we're gonna talk to you like you're hanging out with us right here. Graziato to give to Mace on the right side. Mace cuts it up across the 20. And he's still on his feet down to the 16-yard line. He gets a big chunk of that yardage back. In fact, it looks like he got 14 of the 16 they lost back. So now Mainland in still a third and long, but much more manageable than that second and really long.
Yeah, well, last year we had some problems with those snaps. I mean, big problems. Remember, we were just negative yards in a game that we won 24-0. We didn't have negative yards in a game or something wild like that. So that really wasn't anybody's fault. Just
right. It wasn't a bad snap. It was just a miscommunication. The center snapped it before Graziato was ready for it. Graziato looking to throw the football, and it's incomplete. Threw it behind Cook. He did have him open on the slant, and this could be 4-down territory for Coach Smith. And it is. Now we will mention last year we had one of the best kickers in the state of New Jersey. So,
where is he this year?
Rowan. Sean Carey's at Rowan.
Didn't miss one.
Right.
Or an extra point
the
entire season.
Maybe if we're playing with that guy on our team, we're looking to take a 3-0 lead here. We do not have the luxury of a kicker this year. We do have a kicker, just not as experienced and as powerful, so we'll get back to that in a second. Graziato rolling to his right, looking downfield to throw the football. He's looking, and it's intercepted at the goal line. And I guess it's as good as a punt there.
Yeah.
I guess you
like to put up some points, but
on fourth down there, it's good to you throw the ball up there. It's not that big of a deal that you tried to force it in there because it is fourth down there. And you caught a break because he caught it.
Yeah, you like to put up some points here because he got so close. And, I do like to see that we're loose enough to roll out and throw the ball this year. I think we were a little tight last year, and we became very predictable in offense. That we knew it was going to be a run. Now we have a lot of – this is spread out. You can see the defense is spread out.
Overbrook takes over at their own 1-yard line. To give us the land again, and he got over the line of scrimmage, leans over for about a yard, bring up second down and 9. I have to invest in some binoculars.
No, man, you get to look at those glasses.
I'm old.
You don't need,
I know.
Those glasses should work.
I know. I got to get
Mike's
some.
glasses, he's got aquariums on. Like my friend Marcus Perry used to like to say to people.
Yeah.
He's an ex-Mainland stud, went to Rutgers.
I might not feel 47, but my eyes do.
He's on watching the game right now, actually, making comments to me.
Of course.
You guys can comment in on the YouTube channel here, right on the link.
Looks like there's some movement on the line there by Overbrook. It's not going to put them back any further. It's just kind of a waste of time here. They are on about the 1 yard line, so I guess they'll go back half a yard. And they'll bring up second down at 12. Mainland really had a shot here at a safety.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
What
blitz.
were the odds that our safety would be the first score of the year, huh? That would have been real big odds.
Are we betting here? Are we betting
Well,
here?
no.
All right, we'll bet on who?
It's
Drew DeMorat, sack.
It's an easy bet now. Really nice play by their quarterback, number 12, Eddie Bupp. Just like on our end, stuck the ball into the gut of the running back, pulled it. No one saw him, and he slipped out the left side.
That was good. That was some Houdini stuff there.
And got a gain of about 8 or 9 on play, and it brings up third down and 4 for Overbrook. We're still here in the opening quarter, 4:50 remaining, scoreless, Mainland versus Overbrook. Bupp avoids a couple of tackles. He gets across the 10-yard line, close to a first down. Just looks to be still about a yard short. It'll bring up fourth down and 1.
You know, if you watch Drew DeMorat on that play, you can see him get blocked by 3 different defenders, and he still rolled back and made that tackle. You know, if you want to talk about a player with instincts and just kind of hustle, keep your eyes on number 43 for a play and just watch what he does. This is something Sonny Frazier was really good at last year, just chasing a play down, completely giving his body the whole time and avoiding blocks. Drew does a great job with this, and his motor never, ever stops.
And it looks like it's going to be fourth down. It'll bring up a punting situation probably for Overbrook. And they will bring their punting unit on.
So online we have you can comment right here on the game. We have our first one in here from 5-Star Kicking, Coop. His coach is Brady Penas, and he says he's a great young kicker. He's got some potential, and he's got a great attitude about it. So we're excited to see what he can do. He does have some big shoes to fill, but we wish him the best of luck.
Punts away. It's to Murphy at the 33-yard line, and he wisely takes the fair catch, and it'll give Mainland another really short field to try to score their first points of the year.
We have a big special thanks to all our sponsors and Golden Nugget, who always they do tremendous things for the school, and they've done a lot for everybody, but this is brought to you especially by Golden Nugget, and they've done some. I mean, if it wasn't for them, this isn't happening. Shorthopedic, Cook's Fencing, thank you so much.
There's no one on.
We'll go into that. Jay Cook is standing there wide open.
You brought up Cook's Fencing and gives the mace, and he gains 3 on the play for Mainland at the 30 up to the 30-yard line. But you brought up Cook Fencing. And just at the time when we realized no one was covering him out on this side of the formation.
Well, they're gonna find out in a hurry. And if they have single man coverage over here, and he's about 6'2", all muscle and very fast. Like I said, if anybody could break any of those receiving records that I held on to for a while, it's gonna be him. Yeah, he's got all kind of potential, and you'll see him playing for a long time.
The give is to Mace. He ducks across the 25-yard line, cuts back. He's still on his feet and pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Jabril Mace with a nice gain for Mainland there. It'll bring up first down. They might be inside the 10. It looks like they are, and it'll be first and goal for Mainland.
There was a rumor that Jabril Mace had run a 49-second quarter mile already, and he's not even in the 8th grade. When he was in 8th grade. Right. And I didn't believe it. And now I watch him run around here on the field. I'm starting to believe it right now.
Yeah, he does look fast and elusive. Graz gives the Mace again. And he surges his way to the 5-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and goal.
All right, now we're in scoring position. I just saw they checked in Brandon Batts. Can be a very effective receiver. I'm looking for, I hate to keep talking about it, but I'm looking for Jay Cook on a mismatched corner route. Fade him out that corner and just let him have a jump ball situation. And I will be completely shocked if they don't do that. Now, I know Chuck, too. The corner he's playing against is about 5'6". This is the matchup that I want right here.
Graz gives it to Mace. Mace across the goal line and in for the touchdown. Mainland leads 6-0 here in the first quarter.
High fives all through the booth. High fives.
1:53 remaining in the first quarter. Mainland takes a 6-0 lead.
Proud of that kid coming in as a freshman, scoring the first touchdown of the season.
Brady Panis on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good.
There you go, kid.
And there's a 5-star kicking. Coop gets his first. He'll throw that up on his Instagram. He'll have that
Coop,
video right there.
You did a good job with him. There you go.
Yeah,
1 for 1.
He'll have that video up on his Instagram. He'll say, here's my guy.
Yeah, he does a great job. He does a phenomenal job. He's got a great business.
Made his first kick. So Mainland takes a 7-0 lead. 1:53 remaining here in the first quarter of their first game. Here in the season opener here from Linwood, New Jersey. Mainland in the West Jersey Football League Independence Division, the defending champions. And they'll begin division play next week, Dave, and you can join us right here against fellow Atlantic County rival Apsagamia.
Special thanks to Shore Orthopedic. Team doctor right down on the field is Dr. DeMorat. It's Drew's dad. Shore Orthopedic, some of the finest people and athletes. You know, they have a lot of Ivy League athletes that are doctors at Shore Orthopedic. Pretty cool. Edmonds and Associates, Bob Edmonds, one of the great Mainlanders and one of the great supporters of our organization here. Thanks, Bob. Thanks to Edmonds and Edmonds and Associates.
And thanks for everyone for hanging in with us in that first quarter. A couple little technical glitches early on, Dave. But, our fans are going to hang with us and let us get through them. This is the first game of the season.
Yeah,
we're going to have some hiccups here.
I don't think it was. I think we clicked on the wrong thing on our side. I think it actually went. I think it was actually fine. We'll see.
Well, then, Dave.
I know Marcus Perry will let me know.
Nice kickoff there.
Again.
And this time that was number 23, Jacob Weeks for Mainland. 5'9", 132-pound junior. So a really nice kickoff right there. And Coach Smith seems to like it. He met him out the 50-yard line. Give him a high five.
Coach Smith has taken over special teams this year and given the offensive coordinator position to Kern. So he's got the special teams. I know he's putting an extra emphasis on that. And last year I thought when Joe Massari was such an explosive returner, Taekwon Campbell, explosive returners, and I'm not sure if we have that same type of explosion in that position, but the organization that he and detail he's going to put into it, you're going to see some effective special teams play.
Land takes the ball for Overbrook, and he tries to feel his way over to the left side, doesn't find any room, and he's pulled down for a yard loss. Braden Pullman on the tackle there for Mainland, and that's a name we'll be calling a lot of this year, Dave. One of Mainland's this is a guy that's just big, strong lineman for us, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, dying to get after another jersey. I mentioned it on the Facebook Live pregame show that we did. He is dying to hit other people. He's dying to hit another jersey, and we just saw it right there with some great penetration in the backfield and the tackle for a loss. Land gets the ball again. It's a double handoff. Doesn't work here at all. Really nice job there. A really nice job for Mainland by Ian Russo. Just stay home there on that double handoff, that reverse. And he kind of, he didn't get sucked inside. He stayed, as far outside as the last man, and he showed some good discipline there. And they were unable to catch Mainland going inside and get outside of that play. End of the first quarter now. It's about 50 seconds left. Looks like Mainland called the timeout. Maybe there's a wind. Yeah, I guess there's some wind that Mainland might have wanted to force them to kick into the wind.
It is a little windy down there. Now the flags on this side, on the left side by the scoreboard side, you can really see it. Now you can see it on both sides, but the wind is going to play a little bit of a factor in here today. Cook's Fencing. That's Jake's dad, Jake Sr.
The family biz.
Family biz. You guys, if you need anything done with your fences, vinyl, wood, chain link, aluminum, decks, railings, done it. He's got a great reputation. Everyone uses them. And he's a Mainland guy, sponsoring the games. The best thing to do is support your own community, and that's what this is all about. And that's why the advertising here is so effective because, people care about people and helping each other out.
False start there for Overbrook on the right tackle. It'll drop them back another 5 yards. It'll bring up third and a little longer now.
Ty Coffey checking in there. It's Coach Coffey's son. He's a great Mainlander as well. Ty, I remember when he was I remember he was born. And to see him go through school, he's such a great kid. Ty, thanks for checking in. Keep it green.
Bob hands it to Land again, and he's tackled immediately. That time, really nice job there by Sam Epstein to get the tackle for a loss for Mainland to bring up fourth down. And Mainland's done a really good job defensively of basically dominating Overbrook at this point in the ball game.
Now we're in the huddle. We have a we have opportunity where Chuck, if you're in the huddle with Chuck, which I have been, and he can get after you. I don't know what, if he can still grab people's face masks and spit inside your face mask while he's talking to you. He used to do that to us, and it really gets after you, man. Yeah. There's nothing subtle about it. He's tough in there.
Yeah, and, with him sometimes, you're like, where'd that come from? Like, in a situation like that, he's going in there and he's getting in someone's face. Now, it's his job to stay motivated and stay intense. But you're like, Coach, we're up 7-0. We're dominating this team. Chill out,
Yeah.
But that's not his style.
You ever notice that Chuck loses a lot of weight right before the season?
Up on the punt for Overbrook. Mace back takes it at his own 42. And he's up the sideline, and he's gone for the touchdown. Jaquan Mace took it 43 yards for the punt return touchdown. And you just talked about the returns. Mainland's returns, the special teams, and Coach Smith has to feel good about being that special teams coordinator. A really good kickoff and then a really good punt return right there.
Yeah, he's an explosive player. Expect some huge things from him in his career. I heard today that he could be as good as the John Stone. I mean, those are big shoes to fill, but I'm watching right now a kid who has a ton of speed, like a ton. And we'll see it on the track this year. He's got the green cleats. He looks fast, and he's tough. He runs it right up the middle. Real tough, too. I mean, we've seen it not just on the outside, not just on special teams, but he can run the ball right up the middle and hit you in the mouth. Brady
Pennis knocked home the extra point. Mainland takes a 14-0 lead here with 30 seconds left in the first quarter here from Mainland. Linwood, New Jersey. West Jersey Football League opener, Mainland versus Overbrook.
So we got 14-0 in the first quarter. I don't see this as a real competitive game after this isn't just because I'm a Mainland guy. I'm looking at the matchups. I look at everybody that they brought back from last year. It's going to be a team that could go undefeated this year, and I don't want to make any early predictions. Absegam is a good team that's coming up, and they've done some good things in the preseason. I've seen what we've done in our off season. This place has got some tradition, and now build on last year. It was a 1-win year the 2 past seasons before that, and we went 8 wins last season, right?
Yes.
And now we're, on our way. We're well on our way. I mean, it's a little early to talk about it still in the first quarter, but this is exactly what I expected.
Brady Panis on to kick off for Mainland after Jacob Weeks. I guess they're going back and forth now. Coach is going to let them both kick off. Now it's Panis' turn again, and he gets a nice one off. Down to it's going to go across the goal line for an automatic touchback, and that's the rule if you're watching at home and you're used to college football and you're used to pro football. If a kickoff breaks the goal line, it's an automatic touchback, and that's what we get. And looks like, listen, Coach has got to be real happy with his special teams being the new special teams coordinator. Like I say, he's got a punt return for a touchdown and 2 pretty good kickoffs. And going back to your point where it looks like, early on we have a good hold of this game. I used to call these games for the old Mainland channel 20 years. I did that once, and I stuck my foot in my mouth, and I never heard the end of it, so be careful. The give quickly to Land up the middle, and he's taken down immediately by Braden Pullman.
Too much fun. You know who's just texting in was Buddy Broom. He's watching the game from L.A.
Yes.
This is so cool. This is so cool. I hopefully there's a guy down here, but just to talk about how cool doing this broadcast has been. Last season we had every game had about 2,500 viewers. This place maybe has 1,000 people in it today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
2,500 people are watching. The kids will go home and watch this on video. They'll be able to show their grandparents. We had people we had families from all over the country. Now we have somebody coming in watching from Japan right now. It's really, really cool that we're able to do this, and you guys can all comment in here on your for your old alumni and show some support, show some love. If it's raining out, you always can watch.
I have my friend
Shore Orthopedic University Associates. For 35 years, the region's leader in orthopedic care. From minimally invasive hip and knee replacement to sports medicine arthroscopic surgery to complex hand, foot, and ankle procedures, the surgeons of Shore Orthopedics will personally get you back to the top of your game. Shore Orthopedics. Offices in Summers Point, Galloway, and Cape May Courthouse. Visit shoreorthodox.com or call 609-927-1991. Shore Orthopedics, getting you back to what you love to do.
We start the second quarter here. Eddie Bupp rolling to his right, and he throws an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 now for Overbrook. And back to the Mainland defense. They have been dominant. I don't think they've allowed a first down, and they certainly haven't allowed Overbrook past the 50-yard line. Probably not even past their own 40.
Oh, Coach Shiner, we're going to see him at halftime for a little bit. We'll have him come in. You'll see in the offseason he got a lot of love for his halftime speeches he made in the booth. So we'll hear from him a little.
Little screen pass out here to Land. Land's got some room up the right side, and right as I say, they haven't gotten the first down. There you go, a gain of 12 and a first down for the Rams.
You know better,
well,
Mike.
You
know better.
And I just warned you about the jinx. But it's all right.
It'd be fine if Chuck wasn't so superstitious. Now you're affecting his superstition.
Yeah,
this is a
I
problem.
don't even want to get into that. That superstition thing is
it's because he's a baseball guy too. They're the worst.
Yeah. I got stories about it. He threw me off the field once because of it. I'll tell you that one. That's a good story. The give again. They've gotten they're starting to use another back there, a little bit bigger and stronger of a guy. He surges to the line of scrimmage for no gain. In on the tackle for Mainland. I think that's Pullman and DeMorat. Ramon Bowers is the big back they had right there. All right, so pregame, we're out on the field. This is when this is before game, a couple of years ago, a few years ago actually, not just a couple. And I had a black coffee from Burger King. And he's like, "Where'd you get that coffee?" And it was before the kids started warming up. And I said, I stopped at Burger King. And we had a fantastic game. We scored 30 points. The other team scored probably 1 touchdown. We won. It's a big game. Next game, I come walking out, and he's shaking his head. I said, I was like, "Chuck, what's wrong? What's the problem?" He's like, "Where's your coffee?" I was like, "Well, I had my coffee earlier today, I don't need any coffee." He's like, "Don't come back out here until you have a cup of black coffee in your hand." So there I am. The concession stand's not even open yet. I'm like, knocking on the garage door for them to open the concession stand to get it. Yeah. So be careful what you tell them.
He had made famous that green hat. Let's see if he has that on today. Oh, we saw that a lot last year. We saw that a lot last year with Brandon Batts picking those balls off on tips like that. And he's got speed so he can take it to the house, so I know he's upset with that one.
Yeah, Bupp drop back for Overbrook, threw it to number 3. Trey Taylor went through his arms, and Brandon Batts almost came up with the interception there. Now to bring up 3rd down and 9 for Overbrook. The ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. Bupp rolling to his right, looking to throw the football, and he's tripped up and taken down for a loss of about 1. Almost gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down for Overbrook.
No, I like how I talked to Coach Shiner before the game, and he just said he likes the posture of his team. They sit in there. They all look very athletic. They look like they know what they're doing. They have they have an athletic posture about them, which is just as how you start each play. That if you start the play on the ball of your foot instead of your heels, you're automatically your first movement is forward. You're going to make a forward movement. You're going to be quicker, and they really do. I noticed on that play there, they do look very athletic.
Bupp gets the punt off for Overbrook, and Mace will fair catch it at the 39-yard line. Mainland, again, with pretty good field position to start the second quarter here, already leading 14-0. And real quickly about this Overbrook team, lots of freshmen. It's 16. They're playing 16 freshmen.
Wow.
And their quarterback, number 12, Eddie Bupp, is a freshman, 5'5", 145-pounder, and he's also doing the punting. He's carrying the ball a lot. He's thrown the ball 4 or 5 times already. So this is a team, obviously, looking toward the future a little bit. A lot of freshmen on their roster, a lot of guys they're using to play significant varsity minutes.
Right.
So you might see them struggle today. You might even see them struggle for the rest of the season. But if they can keep hold of these freshmen, they could be a formidable foe in a couple of years. Graziato drops back. He's looking to throw the football. Hits Cook at about the 41-yard line. Cook lunges ahead to the 42, a gain of about 3 on Mainland. That was a slow developing play. They were looking to kind of drag Cook across the formation.
Look, we had not seen a single play like that in all of last year. It was very straightforward and very one-dimensional, kind of predictable. So we just to see some crossing routes and some different things they do with the receivers right now. It's just kind of a tip of the hat to Zach Graziato, who has some experience with this thing now. And I know Coach Kern has a lot of confidence in him. Throwing the ball across the middle, across your body is also a tough throw. Nailed it.
Murphy with the carry brings it across the 45-yard line, and he fumbles the football, and Overbrook is recovered and will take over inside Mainland territory for the first time all night. So again, first game of the year, some guys getting varsity run for the first time in their life, and still, making some errors. I'm watching a replay right there. It didn't seem like he
looked like he was down to the ground. It looked like he was probably on the ground, but
yeah, it looked close. But
we don't have instant replay at this level, so
no. But it's a good opportunity to see how the Mainland defense responds after coming onto the field after a turnover. Bupp looking to throw the football. He scrambles out to the right, and he's taken down by Ian Russo.
Great play to contain that quarterback.
Sam Epstein and Ian Russo in on that sack. A loss of 10 yards pushes Overbrook back into their own territory.
So let's get some commentary on here on our YouTube page. I got a bunch of anybody's listening in right now. Let's hear some of your commentary. What do you think about the season? What do you think about the players this season? You guys, if some of the alumni that's watching, your younger players from last year, what do you think about them in this season they got coming up? Let me hear some of your commentary on there.
Toss out to Land on the play for Overbrook. He runs it to about midfield. DeMorat and Paulman and Conley in on the tackle for Mainland. 3rd down and 3 for Overbrook, 3rd down and 13. We're going to get, like you were talking about. We want some interaction. We're doing this to interact with the fans, interact with the people watching. We're not, sometimes we're not going to be your textbook. Get the play from us. Watch the play go. We want to be interactive here. We want to do things differently than it's been done. Bupp rolls out to his left.
Great play by Murphy.
Murphy making up for his fumble there. Came across number 9, trying to make the catch there for, I'm not even going to try that name, Ulatowski, and knocks it out of his hands. Incomplete pass. 4th down and 13 for Overbrook. Another punting situation. Good job responding there by Mainland after the fumble.
So this is Mace back deep. He just had one. I doubt they're going to want to kick it to him. Yeah, they did.
High punt. Drives Mace back to his 8-yard line. He'll take it, and he's pulled down at the 20-yard line. Nice job to go back and get it and get that much.
You know, a kid, a freshman with that type of swagger, my gosh, kid's got some potential.
That was Jaquan Mace, the senior.
The senior? Sorry.
That's all right.
So-
Jabril, the brother's a freshman.
Okay, so we have a on the roster here.
Yeah,
we have
we
the
figured-
numbers
I
are
figured it
mixed.
out. I figured it out.
Okay. This is my first time seeing some of these guys.
It's quite all right. 1st down and 10 for Mainland.
Because he's a freshman, the one guy I was talking about.
Yeah. Graziato throws it out to Cook on the left side. Cook catches it and surges up to the 28-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play for Mainland. Good. That was one of those things early on we saw where Mainland just sees too much cushion given to one of their best receivers, and they're going to just throw the quick hitch. And now they're up on the ball pretty quickly. They're not going to let Overbrook set up. And now there's some movement before the play.
Hector Guerrero checking in. He was a heck of a D lineman last year. We had a great team, bunch of great seniors, and they're going to be missed. What's neat about last year, if you remember, we had a different MVP for 11 games. It was a true team effort.
Right.
That wasn't dominated by any one person, and they had 11 different MVPs. Never seen anything like it, but that's what a true team is. Even the punter was the MVP of a game.
Mainland tried to take advantage of Overbrook there and get up on the ball without a huddle, and they were going to just kind of run a quarterback dive there and catch them off guard. But without the huddle, Mainland jumped and took the penalty, and now it's 2nd and 8. Give is to Mace. He feels his way through the line, up the middle, down to about the 28-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play.
So, we're going to be able to, we have to see a deep ball thrown to Jake Cook today. Have to. Yeah, there goes Graz.
There goes Graziato off the left side. Let's see if they can catch him. And he's still on his feet and he's gone. And that'll be a...
Oh, he stepped out of bounds there at about the 17. He's got his hands over his head.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just about to call the 76-yard touchdown. And once again, that was another play there where after the previous play, they got up on the line of scrimmage quickly and ran that quarterback dive, caught me off guard. And he goes for about a 60-yard gain there. It'll bring up 1st down and 10, ball spotted at the 17-yard line. But, yeah, Mainland taking advantage, trying to get up on the ball. And you know what? More than anything, that gives something other teams have to, they're going to see that on tape. They're going to have to, at any point they could get up on the ball without a huddle.
Right.
We're going to have to get up off the ground and get to the ball quickly, defensively. Give us to Mace up on the right side on that jet sweep. And there's a flag on the play.
Might be a hold on the corner or in the receiver right there.
That's what it is. A little hold out here. And we have an Overbrook guy down, injured player down. But, yeah, it looks like that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a hold on the receiver out here. And that's what can happen on that jet sweep. You kind of
While we have the injured player, let's if we could go to a commercial. We have Golden Nugget and Shore Orthopedic, who two humongous supporters of Mainland football, who we're gonna give them some shout outs even if we get during an injury break. These guys, of course it's an injury break, so we have Pat Diaguardo down on the field with Dr. DeMorat from Shore Orthopedic. So shout out to both of them. Pat Diaguardo was my athletic trainer when I was playing.
He was mine too. Come on now.
Shore
I mean, he went from your comment. He just went from being old to really old.
Yeah. And he's a great person. He's been a huge part of Mainland football. He's been the one constant.
I had the kid out here yesterday watching the freshman game. He took my kid for a ride in that big nice golf cart.
He has the fun. He has the most fun.
He's
on
like,
his
"Want to
job.
go for a ride?" My kid's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dad, I want to go for a ride." It's like, "All right, dude." Now, of course, he's asked me, "When are you going back to Mainland? I want to go for a ride."
I've always wanted to drive that cart.
Yeah,
never had a chance.
You should get one. I want to go on Mr. D's cart. I was like, "All right, we can go back soon." It's little things, man.
I see him all the time now. He lives 2 doors down from my fiance's parents, so they're always. I see him all the time there.
First down and 15 for Mainland. Graziano, long count. The option pitch to Mace. Mace will pick it up at the 30 and see if he can get something now. Looks like he's got plenty of room on this right side. Talk about making something out of nothing.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Wow.
Jaquan Mace.
Good night, nurse.
Touchdown. There's a flag on the play.
Oh,
looks like it might be some extracurricular afterwards. And Coach Smith not at all happy because I think it might be against our quarterback.
Oh, man. You know what? You see him grab the face mask? That's an old Chuck Smith move. Doesn't matter. He's a guy about discipline. He's about more than the game of football. And if there's anything that he doesn't like, disciplinary, he takes it upon himself as if he did it wrong. So I know he's
offsetting penalties.
Okay.
So Mainland will set up for the extra point, and Jaquan Mace with his second touchdown. I'm sorry, that's Jabril Mace with his second touchdown of the night. The freshman making some waves in his first ever varsity game here at Mainland.
Tyquan Campbell checking in. Heck of a player. Good luck. We wish him luck in college. He's going to be a great ball player for a long time.
The extra point is short, so Mainland will go to a 20-0 lead here with 5:19 remaining here in the second quarter. And let's talk about that play, man. That was something special. It was a poor pitch. And Mace had to go back to his 30-yard line to pick it up, and he had to reverse field. The play was set up to go left, and he had to reverse field like that. Got to the sideline, made 2 cuts, cut back into the middle of the field, and scored. And, like, Dave, in something like that, half the time the great play to make is just diving the football.
Yeah.
But when you have an athlete like that, and I know this is coach's mindset, and I know it's a lot of coaches' mindset, is if you have athletes on the field, you want the athletes to pick the football up and make an athletic play.
Yeah, it depends how close you have defenders to you, but I know, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
With that type of confidence, that's amazing. So, he's a big. We have some high expectations for him as a player, and I've heard about him through the grade school systems, and he's got. I've been told 1,000,000 times about this kid, and all of it's coming true right now. My prediction was 24-7, which is impossible at this point.
24-6.
24-6.
Yeah.
But unless they got 2 safeties.
Yeah, it's impossible. You're done.
I'm out.
I didn't make one, but
it's only halftime.
Plenty
of football
left this year.
5 minutes left.
That's Weeks again on for the kickoff for Mainland. And the ball's picked up and returned to the 35-yard line. Nice job there by Mackenzie Murphy.
Good to see him,
We got all these legends.
That's a legend. Nuncy Sacco was a principal when I
legendary.
was here. He used to get me out of detentions. I'd go in there and my mom would, no, he was a great man.
Yeah, we had a couple of legends join us up here to watch the game, and I'll tell you what, if you're friends with me and Dave, and
Right.
you want to ask us, hey, can we come up and hang out with you? Listen, we have our own suite up here. There's plenty of room. It's a good time up here.
Yeah, we do.
Plus, we would love for someone to talk about land with the ball, and he gets across the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1, second down and 9. But, we'd love for some people to talk to at halftime, too.
Right. Well, we'll hear from Coach Kern. We'll hear from Coach Shiner a little bit, the offensive, defensive coordinators, and they'll kind of give a little bit of their insight quickly because they got to get to the locker room and yell at or congratulate their team. I think right now it's more congratulatory.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Like, I guess you talk to your team about cleaning up some of the errors. You don't want the fumbles. Any penalty, they've had a few penalties, so you can always get on them about that. Second down and 9. Love throws the ball out into the flat.
And that's one of their few plays they had, a clean, positive yardage play. And they got to, listen, just let's talk about Overbrook for a second. Right, not as a team. Let's talk about some history. They have a Heisman Trophy winner from their school in Ron Dane.
Right.
Right? He won the Heisman Trophy, didn't he?
Absolutely.
And he was the all-time leading rusher in NCAA football. I played against him when he was playing for the Giants. Yeah.
Toss to Land on the right side, and he's taken down immediately. A really nice job out there, and I think that's Demorad. It is. I'm gonna tomorrow. One of the things I'm gonna do is go out and get some binoculars because I used to use them, but it was more of a cheat. Now I need them. I cannot see the other side of the field. Maybe we could get a spotter up here. Maybe we could get one of our friends. Spot some plays.
We'll get better.
I could use a pair of eyes. That's for sure. Nice.
No, we got him. Here we go. Thanks, Mike.
Mikey coming up big.
Oh,
they're going to fake punt it. And he's taken down. It's fumble. Picked up on the left side. Streaking down the sideline is number 50.
Nick Rayner.
Nick Rayner picks up the fumble, and he's down inside the 5-yard line. First and goal, Mainland. They're in business.
Oh, wow. Great pickup. Great heads-up play to be there and pick that ball up.
I've never looked in binoculars with glasses on, so this will be a first.
Why don't you just get a telescope? Just call it a day.
I just need to go to the. I just need to go to the eye doctor. I mean, what would be so terrible about that? Lazy. It looks a little chilly out there, Dave. It's nice that me and you are in this little suite here.
We went from about 90 degrees to about 50 degrees in a couple days.
He gives the Mace again. He'll have his third touchdown as a freshman here in the first half at Mainland. Wow. There's something. That might be a record.
That's got to be some kind of record.
And real quickly, Cole Campbell was in at quarterback there for Mainland. And we do remember on the last touchdown, Coach seemed to be a little perturbed with his starting quarterback. And I don't know what's going on down there. They could get your backup. Yeah, it's it must be pretty bad out there.
All right, little technical difficulty.
They're gonna have to deal with it.
27-0 though. Nothing difficult about that.
Now, we're going to be tested right off the bat here in game one of our ability to fill time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me talk about Ron Dane. So Ron Dane was one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Awesome.
He was one of the best discus throwers of all time in high school. I think he held the national record in the discus, and I got to play against him when he was playing for the Giants. He's about 260 pounds and runs he takes a pitch 70 yards against the Chiefs in 2004. And I was telling people how fast this guy is. They're like, man, watch him on film. Yeah, 70 yards for a touchdown.
Panis into kickoff, and he shoots a squib down the middle of the field. And Overbrook will down at the 30-yard line. 3:05 remaining here in the first half. Mainland leads 27-0. Yeah, also an interesting tidbit about Overbrook. Mainland beat Overbrook in their first ever state championship in 1980.
That is a cool piece of information. I didn't know that.
A little tidbit of information there for you. I'm all out on Overbrook information. I mean, they're like, I mean, it's pretty cool because you could use like OB as their, like, you know, you could put OB on their helmets.
OB.
And that would be pretty cool if they got rid of the Ram and put OB on there.
Are you going to start talking about yourself in the third person? Because I'm not going to lie.
Making a point about the OB. Little inside. Oh, my.
Wow.
Ooh.
Number 54, Ian Russo, slams him to the ground.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really nice job.
That was like a UFC takedown.
That was that little inside shovel pass, and there was a lot of movement outside. Russo stayed home, stayed inside, and just met the receiver right as he came across his face and put him down hard. 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. Bupp takes the
there goes the ball.
And it is picked up by Braden Pullman.
Pullman
recovers it at the 25-yard line. And that was that play had disaster written all over it from the get-go.
You know, and that's the first of many. And Pullman picking up a fumble, that's not really a mistake. He's always in the right place. He does a lot of damage and very disruptive in there. Has his first scholarship offer, too, so kind of the pressure's off for him. He can he can relax a little bit and just play football.
Right?
Monmouth,
that's it.
Yeah, so not that the pressure's off, but at least you get your first one in there and it makes you relax a little bit. Zach Maddock, one of our last year's helper, he was our sideline guy last year. He's a little bit busy right now in the senior section. He's the goalie on our soccer team.
His priorities are right.
You know.
Grazietto back in the game. He's going to throw the football out there to Cook. And, Cook dropped it.
Oh, no. I'm going to watch that on replay here, and he's going to be – oh, man. It was too easy. It was too easy. Too easy. I'm telling you what, though. There's going to be a lot more of those. And he was wide open, but almost two. I don't think I've ever been that open in my life. But you'll see a lot more of those type of plays. And I was waiting for him to
I was ready
just
for the
take
call.
him 90 yards today. And it will.
I was ready to make that touchdown call. I was going to say 12 more to go.
Oh, man. He's laughing at himself. But
wouldn't it be terrible if he came one shy of breaking your record and that play is out there just hanging out there on him? Such an easy touchdown.
Yeah. I remember my first catch ever – or not, my first drop ever was against Egbert Township, something very similar to that.
Mace takes the handoff, and he jukes a couple guys, gets down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 9 for Mainland. Yeah, I got a picture of some of the Corral Crazies. I got a nice picture of them before the game and posted it on @Mainland Stars on Twitter. So it's there. The gangs, I think I wrote the gangs all here.
Yeah, this is it.
I got everyone in there.
Crowd's
Gives
pretty
us
decent
support
for the
on
day. You know, I thought it was gonna rain a little bit, so they're kind of scarce here a little bit
Second day
today.
of school too.
Second day of school. Yeah, but I think it was the rain scared people away a little bit there, and maybe that they're just they're comfortable in their home watching us instead of being here.
Could be.
Not the students though. Students are here like crazy right there. Whole school's here.
It's expected behavior from juniors and seniors. Mace took the ball there and surged across the line of scrimmage for a gain of 2 on the play. Got Mainland the first down. They have the ball here at we'll call it the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Knocking at the door again. They lead 27-0 here. 1:28 remaining in the first half. Graziato throws the ball out here to, I guess that's Nick Wagner. And Wagner takes it down to the 4-yard line. Nick Wagner, another freshman. So we have Mace in there as a freshman. We have Nick Wagner in there as a freshman.
And he has first catch as a freshman. I remember I didn't have my first catch till I think I was a junior. Great to see Wagner. I played with Nick and I grew up with him. One of my favorite people in the world. Somebody I looked up to a lot. And his kid's a really good athlete. He's a great football player in the grade school system coming up, and we have big expectations for him in his whole career.
The give is to Mace again. Could he have his 4th touchdown here in the first quarter?
That's 4.
Yeah, that's 4 touchdowns here for.
Wow. All right, just do me a favor and just let's get a long bomb to cook, and I'll shut up for the rest of the broadcast. That's it. I'll be done. I'm out after that.
I don't want to talk by myself.
There's not much to talk about. So if we can go, you know what? I'm interested to see Cole Campbell get in and throw the ball a little bit. If we pull Gras.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested to see some of the younger players that are just stepping up and playing. We'll see what we have for the future. But I know that we have a bright future with these guys that have been scoring this many touchdowns like this.
Yeah, we got a nice young nucleus of players here that are gaining valuable experience, getting a lot of confidence. We lead 33-0 here, and this also puts us in a point right now, Dave. We need to mention that in the second half. I don't know what is it 30 points, but it's a running clock.
Right.
If you have over a 30-point lead, is it? Or 35,
yes.
30?
35 points is a running clock.
All right, so that's probably why Mainland's going to go for 2 here. So,
right.
Because if they get it, they'll be up 35-0, and they can start the second half. Well, we still got 3 minutes, 11 seconds, but if they can continue to keep this lead, they can keep the running clock going. Graziato out here to his right, rolling, and
Graz in there for a ski.
He rolls out to his right, across the goal line, gets the 2 points for Mainland, and they lead 35-0 with 3:11 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, so that Graz walked. He walked in.
Yeah.
He's walked in on that one.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be the guy in the second half. You're going to have the roster in front of you. And when we get the JVs in the game, you're going to have to call out their names, get them a little bit of recognition online, on YouTube, on our YouTube channel.
Right. Well, you know what? We're going to get we're in a couple words. I mean, we're still we're 31 seconds away. Is that 31?
Yeah.
From the half. So they're going to running clock this for the second half.
I said 3:11 because these as I was talking about earlier, these things don't work anymore.
It's a good rule too. It's a good rule too. Nobody wants to get nobody wants to see the score be 70-0.
I've had so much free time. Do you think I could just go to the eye doctor? Of course not. That would be too easy. Weeks into kickoff for Mainland. They go back and forth. Ball's taken by Land at the 20-yard line. He's hit immediately.
Yeah, we look good tonight.
Yeah, we're good covering. That's Nick Rainier covering kicks tonight.
I don't know what the penalty was for.
There is some laundry on the field. We'll see what that is.
Remember last year that weird play against Cherry Hill West where they brought the iPad out to do a – remember that weird play?
I do kind of.
What was that? What was that for?
They were pointing out something to the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it.
After the fact.
They did an iPad replay. It's just not high school football. I've never seen anything like that. It's a very strange.
Well, they were intent. They were intent in showing how wrong the referee was, and it was during a timeout, and it's not like anything could have been done.
Yeah, but there was a long pause and the delay in the game.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, I know, and they wanted to show the ref how wrong he was, but it's not like he could do anything about it. I don't know that.
They're going to try to get out of here without any more.
That flag was on Overbrook, and they're going to kneel on it and let the quarter run out. And after one half of football here from Linwood, the Mustangs lead Overbrook 35-0.
And just to tell you how, I don't know what we're lining up here for. Is there a? This is how we do it now.
Yeah, he's doing.
So
it
they keep everything away from the.
He's doing it. Who knows? There's so much.
Yeah, what is this?
There's so many halftime festivities he has planned this year that I don't even know. But this could be his new ritual. You never know. This is stuff he should tell us before the game.
Yeah, that's right. He has a, they're honoring coaches of the past. And right here we have Coach Kern here. He's our offensive coordinator. I'm going to give him the headset, or OB's going to give him the headset. Coach, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Okay, so just a few words on your performance of your guys at halftime, and maybe a little bit of there's got to be some kind of excitement on some of your players here right now. I mean, I'm psyched up. We're screaming and yelling in the booth here.
Yeah, it was a good first half. We would have liked to be a little bit cleaner there early on. A couple of penalties, miscommunication on an audible at the line, and just put the ball on the ground. But our defense continued to give us good field position the entire half, and thankfully we kept capitalizing.
Okay, so a few words about the Mace and Cook, some of your new additions.
Yeah, we're going to have a great big body out there in Jake Cook. We're going to try to feature him every week, just kind of have a minimum number of at least attempts at him making big plays. And Jabril Mace is a real deal, and I think that everybody see that in the first half. We're going to try to move him around a lot, too, and make sure that he's featured each and every week. And I didn't even actually realize he had all 4 of those touchdowns until we just came downstairs.
We're doing the numbers here, and we're like, and I don't care. That's got to be some kind of record for a freshman at Mainland. Has to be. One more thing before I know you got to get down on the field, but a little bit about your quarterback play. And I know I've seen – this is a different offense, completely different. I've never seen even one single crossing route the whole entire season last year, and I saw some of that underneath stuff coming open and spread out. A little bit about your offense this season and some of your theory.
Yeah, we wanted to attack the middle of the field a little bit more, attack it at all 3 levels. We were kind of a flood, sprint out, quick series type team the last couple of years, and we have some athletes. Graziano throws the ball well, and we just want to try to attack the middle and have crossers and kind of put linebackers and safeties in binds. And they're real simple reads for the quarterback, but we hope our athletes can make plays in space.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for your time. So we'll see Coach at halftime, hopefully, unless he's really ticked off at his team. We'll try to grab him on the way out. Seems to be in good spirits right now, but offense looks fantastic, and they're just putting up points like crazy. So
35-0. We'll be able to get anybody we want. There's no real rush for the coaches to get into the locker room at this point. They're going to go over some mistakes they made. They're going to talk about penalties. They're going to talk about fumbles. They're going to get hydrated, and they're going to get. This is also time they're going to get the backups ready.
Right.
They're going to pull. All right, beginning of the third quarter, and they're going to pull the backups over, and they're like, you're in at center, you're in at guard, you're in at left tackle, and the same thing with the backs and the receivers, and the same thing for defense. They're going to get these kids ready. The ones that are backups, they're going to get them ready. They're like, you're going in right away, and then it's going to be Dave Klemic's job to see when they go in the game and announce their names.
So
Shore Orthopedic University Associates. For 35 years, the region's leader in orthopedic care. From minimally invasive hip and knee replacement to sports medicine arthroscopic surgery to complex hand, foot, and ankle procedures, the surgeons of Shore Orthopedics will personally get you back to the top of your game. Shore Orthopedics. Offices in Summers Point, Galloway, and Cape May Courthouse. Visit shoreorthodox.com or call 609-927-1991. Shore Orthopedics, getting you back to what you love to do.
Who's that?
5-star kicker.
Nice.
Give me a piece of this film. Don't mind. Yeah, Mike always packs a lunch. He's smart. We should get like someone.
Now, listen, I changed on the mailman. This week, gotta start. That's how you have to do it. All right, we're back here for the second half. Mainland leads 35-0, and Dave, that means a running clock in high school football. So we'll see what happens to start here. And ball squibbed forward, out of bounds. So Mainland will take it. I guess where it went at the 35-yard line, or they'll make them kick it again. They'll probably just take the ball with it being 35-0. But we went through the that first half. Things going pretty well for Mainland. There's been a few mistakes, a few penalties, a fumble, a drop touchdown pass. But other than that, Mainland's done whatever they want, and they're in control of this game. And as I touched on earlier, we'll have, once ball is put in play here and the ref winds the clock will continue to run and only be stopped on, I think, change of possession. But even on incomplete passes, and the clock will continue to run as long as one team leads by 35 points or more. We got Cole Campbell's in the game at quarterback for Mainland. We're going to I have Dave's job right now is to figure out the new guys that are in the game.
Okay, so I got you on that one. Jerry Arsenis.
Okay.
5'7", 150, ninth grader. So
okay.
just
Yeah, we're
freshman.
going to have some freshmen in the game, too. And as I said earlier, Cole Campbell's in at quarterback for Mainland to start the second half. So exactly what I said right before halftime, Dave, is they went into the locker room and they got their second teamers ready, and they said, your guys are going in. And it looks like it was wholesale substitutions because I'm seeing a lot of new numbers.
Yeah.
Campbell gives the ball. All right, we're trying to get these numbers.
Number 10, Cole Campbell.
No, number 18.
Number 18, sorry.
Ethan Levine.
Ethan Levine.
With the carry there up to the 25-yard line.
5'9", 172-pound sophomore. See, I'm jealous right now because I never got any burn until I was a junior. I probably stepped in the game at one time against Egg Harbor Township my senior year, right? Dropped the ball in front of everybody and God on on Thanksgiving. It was very embarrassing. So I'm just telling you, Jake, that drop, don't worry about it. I had one way worse than that.
Campbell in shotgun formation for Mainland. He's looking to throw the football.
Number 20, Nick Wagner out there, split outside here. Look, blazing fast on that. And I think he was just going to block that safety, but he can move.
Julian Rivera was intended for Julian Rivera, another, I believe, freshman for Mainland. Yes, 105, 153. He'll play receiver, and he's another name that I heard before the season started as one of the guys that could end up really being something special as a freshman. So we talked about like 3 guys right now as freshmen helping this Mainland team. Nick Wagner.
Totally different. Totally.
Mace, Rivera.
Totally different than Mainland traditions is playing these young guys. But you know what? It's good experience, and they're gonna appreciate that, and they're gonna have a little bit more swag as they get older. Jerry Arsenis again on a short, probably a 0 gain. But we'll see. I'd like to just see everybody carry the ball. Let's see what everybody can do right here. Like you said, it's like a preseason game. And let everybody get some experience here and spread the wealth a little bit. However, I did just want to see Jake Cook take one long.
I believe they're probably all done tonight.
You know, and maybe not to show him off too much because he's going to make his plays. He's going to make his plays, and they're going to, and when they need it. They don't need it right now.
Weeks on the punt for Mainland. Low liner. And they'll be down at the 41-yard line.
You know, right before the game I got on the field, and I remember Mainland always having the softest field, the slowest field. Nothing changed. It's a beautiful field. It's just soft and slow. Right out there in the middle is where you get a little of a dry spot between the hash marks. But everything else out on the outside from about the hash over, very, very soft and slow. So even with all the athleticism we have right now, it kind of neutralizes some of that. When they get on some turf, they're going to play even faster. It's going to look even better, a nice soft or a nice fast surface.
Gives it to David Land, and he surges across the line of scrimmage for about a yard gain. Tackle made there.
Julian Ocasio, defensive end, 6'1", 210, 11th grader. So he's a junior. And did one of those, I thought maybe they would have got him on a horse collar or something like that. But, yeah, he manhandled that running back. I think we're having a dime defense in there right now. Is that true?
The give is to David Land up across the 35-yard line.
Looked like we had a dime, and I saw nothing but defensive backs and 3 down linemen. See that?
Tackle made by Robert Sheeler, 5'7", 150 pounds. Yes, once again, a freshman.
Lots of youngsters in today.
We'll try to get their names at you. I think we got enough time to do it. We're gonna. Anytime I see a number that I don't that doesn't jump out at me, I'm gonna look it up and announce it. Everyone deserves some notoriety if they get in the game here.
So likely we're gonna go to
football, and it's recovered by Mainland.
Jake Sokolsky, 5'9", 152-pound freshman.
Again,
another
I think that's
freshman.
5 in a row now.
All right. Way to go, freshman. And I don't know, is there a freshman team this year? I don't know if there's a freshman team.
I don't know if there's an official freshman team, but they are playing some freshman games.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. There might be a handful of games they're playing. I know they're playing some teams who have a freshman team who are maybe they're not playing a school that has a freshman team. They're looking up Mainland, and Mainland's playing them.
Right.
You know.
Well, we have a pretty much a big matchup next week against Gammy because that's going to have a lot of that'll say who wins the division. Probably they're very good.
It'll have something to say. I mean, you still have Ocean City, Oak Crest, Bridgeton in the division, Egg Harbor Township. So they'll have something to say. That game will have something to say. Now, if you take a look at what Absegami is, a lot of people think Absegami is the favorite to win the division, and rightfully so. They've gotten the way they ended the year last year. The team that ended the year last year was nowhere near the team we beat last year at home. And a lot of good young players there. And so I think next week's game will have something to say about the division. It's not. I don't think the winner automatically wins the division, but the winner probably has the inside track.
Yeah, and they're good. They got a lot of good players. They did lose Carnell Davis to the prep, though. Carnell Davis was their top receiver, but I heard they have some guys that can run and catch the ball on the outside. They're well coached.
I was pretty surprised. I was really surprised to learn that they're a Group 3 school, man. I guess that Cedar Creek factor has drawn some kids out of that district. Because they've always been, almost Group 5 some years. And
they split them up now between the schools, Gammy, Oak Crest, and Cedar Creek. Speaking of Cedar Creek, the head coach is Tim Watson, who was a Mainland alumni and won multiple state championships. And his son, Hunter Watson, hopefully he becomes a Mainlander, but we'll see. He's a great football player. His daughter, Kylie Watson's walking around here. Headed off to University of Oregon to start her career. She's still got this year. She's still got a senior year, but what an unbelievable athlete. Both of them are. Should be a penalty on that. It looks like he was across the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
That's Arsenis with the carry up to the 40-yard line. Let's take a look at that schedule. We'll take a look at that schedule. Next week, September 13th, Mainland is at Absegami. That's at 6 p.m. Then it's September 20th. We're back here at home against Cherry Hill West, where we'll be honoring the 1989 and 2008 football teams. September 27th, we'll be at Bridgeton at 7 p.m. October 4th, we'll be home against Clearview at 6 p.m. That's Veterans Night at the Corral. October 11th, we'll be home again against Oak Crest at 6 p.m. That's Senior Night. See this play here. Arsenis gets the ball again, and he's tackled immediately in the backfield.
I almost guarantee you that we go on 2 on the next play because the way they're aggressively pushing forward there, that linebacker is blitzing really hard.
Then on October 18th, our last and only trip out of the county for the year is at Middle Township, 7 p.m. Then October 25th is a bye week before the big game against Ocean City at home this year, November 1st, 6 p.m. That'll be homecoming. And then, of course, Thanksgiving morning, November 28th at Egg Harbor Township. And there'll be either some playoff games or some consolation games in there.
This will be the first game I miss on Thanksgiving because I'm going to be away on my honeymoon.
Good Lord.
Get married on in November. I'll be gone, so that's why you won't see me during that game. But
Share that, son.
Haven't gone to Hawaii. Haven't missed for many, many years, so this will be my first time.
This will be a good
but for a good reason.
Very
good reason. Erica's online listening right now.
I did. I was married once, and I did miss. I got married on a Friday night in the football season, and I did miss a Mainland Channel game that night.
Oh man, yeah. Hopefully it's worth it.
It's a viable. Listen, it's a viable excuse.
Right.
It's a viable excuse. Just like Just go out there and show them how it's done, kid. That's all I got to do. Show them how it's done.
I waited a little bit. I waited till I was 41.
I tried.
I waited a little bit.
I'm with you, homie. 2:05 left in the third quarter. How about that running clock? Woo! That was one possession. One possession took.
We're talking about your old marriages and stuff like that. We were trying to fill it with some content here.
Yeah. What are they? 12-minute quarters? That was a 10-minute. That was a 10-minute drive.
They moved it. They were moving that. They were skipping a few minutes in there.
Mainland didn't even make a first down on that drive, and they ate up 10 minutes on that clock. Well, it's not to make fun of the rule, but it's a good rule. At Mainland, we've been on both sides of that rule in the last 4 years, so
Yeah. we got some young guys in here. They're putting some 7th graders in there now, I think. That one guy over there, he just learned how to tie his shoes.
That's funny. That's funny you should say that because it's in other states. High school is 7th and 8th grade too.
I know, that's weird.
My college roommate, who I played basketball with at Albright College, is a girls basketball coach in Long Island. So I'm in constant contact about Kylie to him. So I just like to rub it in his face. This is our girl.
Right.
And he's like, "OB, do you know she would have started for me as a 7th grader?" He's like,
that's
she
wild.
would have played varsity basketball for 6 years.
Yeah, that's wild.
Isn't it? In New Jersey, that's just weird thoughts.
Well, speaking of some success here.
Incomplete pass there on the right side. There is a flag on the play. Could be a unnecessary roughness on the quarterback. Could be, and it is. Oh, it's on. It's on Mainland. Anyway, So really interesting.
We have some great athletes here at the school right now. 2 of the best athletes in the country, in Kylie Watson and Destin Lasco. Destin, who is one of the top swimmers in the world, let alone, and he's in high school. He's a 17-year-old right now. He's in his senior year, just started his senior year, has already signed with University of California, and just an unbelievably bright future for that kid. And he has broken a lot of Michael Phelps's records on the way up in the 100, 200 freestyle or whatever. Kid's unbelievable. I get to coach him. And I'm amazed by what he can do, not even in the pool, how he can jump and move and how strong he is. It's pretty wild. He's got those long legs and arms, big feet and hands to move that water. He's just predisposed to being a great swimmer.
Right.
And you look at Kylie Watson and top 10 basketball players in the country going to University of Oregon for a good reason. Those facilities are unbelievable. I saw a bunch of pictures, and Tim and I stayed close.
And the third quarter, just to get you back to what's going on in the game, and we invite you to continue to watch the game. Dave and I are kind of we're keeping the Mainland-esque conversations going. We're trying. We see a new number. We're going to tell you about it, but this is a little bit of a it's a challenge to call a game when you're up 35-0 with there's a running clock, and it's a little. We're gonna go outside the box a little bit with you here, and like I said, keep Mainland conversation going and talk about different things. But as the third quarter comes to an end here, Mainland continues to lead 35-0.
Not just great play by the youngster Cole Campbell, 10th grader.
That's Cole Campbell out there playing safety. He's playing quarterback for Mainland earlier. He's the backup quarterback and just playing some center field there, going up and challenging and knocking the ball away. Bring up 3rd down and 6 for Overbrook.
there's another team that besides Overbrook that we played in the past. Woodrow Wilson had another Heisman Trophy winner, and Mike Rozier. Mike Rozier went to Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson, right. Land takes the ball on the left side, sidesteps the tackler, surges across the 45-yard line to the 43. He'll get the first down for Overbrook. Clock continuing to run, 10:53 left in the game now.
Talking about pursuit before the game with Doug Shiner, and he was saying how every drill they do on defense is going to be pursuit, whether they're chasing somebody down the sideline, no matter what. No matter who's in the game, they pursue everything, and they do a ton of, he said they haven't done this in the past, pursuit drills and using angles. So you don't mess that up, because a lot of times that's a learned response is using angles and understanding angles and reaction times and stuff. He said they use a lot of that, and you can see it even in the freshmen and the young guys that they're using now, that they've gotten much better at using angles instead of getting caught in behind, running right in behind somebody. I can just see that they are all using angles and kind of not just being directly straight movements. They're moving like at these diagonal angles immediately instead of a straightforward movement, which is it's pretty cool. And I've seen it. I've tried to, because Doug said it, I've taken note, and now I've actually seen it firsthand. If you know the game of football, you could kind of see it a little bit compared to something from last year. If you guys want to watch, all of the games are on YouTube on the Mainland and Mainland Football TV channel, and you can see all those games from last year. Look at the difference in the defense. I know all of you will. I know you'll all do that type of homework.
Incomplete pass. Bob had a wide open receiver out here at the 29-yard line, unable to come up with the catch. Bring up 3rd down and 8. Crowd's starting to file out now, Dave. A little chilly for an early September game. Pretty chilly, like we touched on earlier.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of my old teammates checking in here. Aaron Finnerty was my quarterback, actually, back in back in the day. He was my junior season, going into my senior season. He gets hurt. They use him in other positions. He played his football at Bucknell. And one of my best friends, one of my dearest, oldest friends in the world, he's on. What's up, brother? He'll be at my wedding. Mr. Lowry, Kerry Lowry, great. He actually sponsored us last year for no. He didn't have a business to sponsor. He just donated money to the program so we could run it through the playoffs. Mr. Lowry, thank you so much. Jordan's following us from Boulder, Colorado. Jordan was the MVP punter last year in the game against Oakcrest. Now, I've never seen anything like that in my life where the punter just dominated the game. And he did a completely different punt. He did the rugby-style punt in that game and really bought his guys some time and put 5 or 3 or 4 punts in. What was that, Mike? How many punts did he put in the 5-yard line? Like 4 or 5 in a row? Unbelievable.
Looking to throw the football out here on the left side. Another great job there by Cole. And he breaks it up.
There goes Coach Kern.
Coach Kern, the coach is coming out of the perch a little early. But another job, nice job there by Cole Campbell to make the play. He's made 2 plays on this drive to knock the ball away. And Mainland will take over on downs here, it looks like. 1st and 10, they'll have the ball on their own 39-yard line.
Maybe we could give Booth the ball. If we just give Brian Booth the ball up the middle.
Booth on the roof.
Let me get him up here. He won't let us. So we're at Absegami next week, right?
Yeah, we're at Absegami next week.
That's going to be a big game.
Yeah,
I'm actually getting pumped up for that right now.
It's funny, too, because we got a fumble.
Fumbled and recovered by Jerry Arsenis.
It's funny, too, because we waited so long for this. It's funny because you wait through training camp starts and you're waiting and you're practicing a lot, and then you have a preseason game, you have another preseason game, you're waiting. Finally we get to the night. and we get a game in and we win it, and then boom, all of a sudden we're in a huge game.
Right.
Like it wasn't even football season 28 days ago, and now all of a sudden we are vaulted into a huge game that will have huge implications on the division title.
And they need that type of a win. You want to play against some teams that are going to give you some points. And the way the point system works, the scoring system, you want the team that you beat to win a lot of games after that, and it gives you those power points at the end. So we then, if we beat a team, or even if we lose to them, we cheer them on for the rest of the season. So we really hope Overbrook does well. And if we beat Absegami, their wins actually count into our power points the way the system works. So it's a pretty complicated system, but it does make a lot of sense. And just your wins and losses are not as much as the weighted wins and losses. So it's kind of like a weighted score, like your GPA is weighted to how tough your classes are.
Sure.
So your schedule makes a difference.
I have a feeling Mainland's going to throw the ball here. 3rd and long. Nope.
They got to go on 2 one of these times and catch one of those guys from that. They're anticipating. They're anticipating going on 1. They're going to get them offside. Just go on 2.
Jack Veneman now at quarterback for Mainland, another freshman. Sharky, do we want some Sharky bites?
Yeah, hold on a second. We got him here. He's trying to. He's not getting out of this. So we couldn't get him at halftime. To take off, but we got him here at the end of the game. I talked to you before the game, and a lot of the stuff that you said about pursuit drill. I just was talking about that, and it actually looks like your team's using those drills, and your angles have been great. Actually, I see a lot of more. I see a ton of more. Usage of angles and pursuit than in the past where you just see a direct movements. I honestly just know the game very well, and I've watched that happen, so your drills are actually working.
Well, thanks for recognizing that, because we in our defensive practice every week when we go to individual every position coach has to run a pursuit drill that is specific to his position. All right, so guys, the line, because we used to run team pursuits, but it doesn't always apply to everybody. Like the defensive linemen get very little out of that. But now they're doing pursuit drills that are specific to what they do.
Gotcha, right. So the game's evolved and the practice has evolved, and I've watched it, and I know you keep up closely with all, I know you keep up, and you guys do all kind of, educational stuff that keeps you sharp. But I mean, I've know some people that know the game. You know the game very, very well. I love the way you attack it and use your talent in the right places. Like your usage of to me, Mackenzie Murphy is genius. Mm-hmm. The way you use him around at safety and you move him around and let him roam. He's a very versatile player. You said that ahead of time before the game, and he's really showed up today on film a lot. I know they're not all playing with. Right now, but in the first half, you could tell he's going to be a difference maker.
Oh, he absolutely will. And he's a kid. He's a guy that's just going to grow as the season goes on. He made a play in the last scrimmage where our safety made a bad read in our Palms coverage, and the split end went down the field uncovered when the safety should have had him. We were playing 2 reads to that side. But anyway, Murphy saved the day. He read 3 opposite. He turned his eyes while still on the back pedal to check out the single coverage we had on the backside, and that was okay. Swung around the baseball turn, saw the guy, and ran him down. I mean, that's amazing for a guy that's really coming to the game. But that's how much he's improved since we started the summer. Love
Murph. He's a hard worker. Hits the weights hard. Yep. He looks great. He's I've been a hard worker ever since. I mean, I've known him since he was a little guy, and he's a hard worker. Hits the weights hard. Very strong kid.
Well, I tell you what, and one of the other things, this is the first year that we don't have a freshman team. It's just really hard to get freshman games anymore. The numbers in football nationwide are down. So we don't have a freshman team. So we have our freshmen and our JVs practicing and playing together. Okay. They're with us all the time. So what we've been able to do, and this is something that just kind of came about. We started in the summer when Chuck, who's in charge of special teams, was organized in that period, the JVs then went off to the side with all the varsity coaches, whether they were defensive or it was an offensive day or whatever, and they were all varsity coaches, and they had their team period then. So when we practice during the day, our JVs right now are getting more time and coaching than I think they ever have.
Right.
And the way we reorganized practice has made a big difference with
right.
them. So I mean, they blew out Hamilton yesterday, and that's a feather in their cap.
Right.
Because the legendary Hawk program, and those guys have been playing the same offensive defense since they were
a kid. That's the one program
Yeah.
I'm baffled with the lack of talent they have, but how good they are at the high school level because there's so much continuity in that program.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So Coach Mike Gatley is a Hamilton guy, and he's from that system, and he talks about it all the time. You have no idea how much that makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely, and that's why I think I'm really excited about this year and the years that are coming up, because we have some really good players in 7th and 8th grade. So when they arrive, and with this JV group and freshman group that are really getting coached hard right now, hopefully we can maintain that continuity ourselves. And it'd be great to go back into the 90s when you played and the 2000s, and just know that, as you're going into that game, whatever it was, that you were just going to win somehow. Yeah.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming on with us. I mean, we just had a great win. I think I talked to somebody before the game. I thought I said they may not score a point on our defense, and I didn't expect us to go 35 in the first half, and really, but we look great. There's some great talent out there right now. I think some weapons that Graz can really make use of.
The JVs played the entire second half.
Yeah.
And the challenge to them defensively was that we take pride in our defense. We like the goose egg on the scoreboard at the end of the game, and they were basically told to better be there when the game's over. And they went out and they did a really nice job.
Well, look, this is the start of a great tradition at Mainland. We had a great season last year. Some of the miracle game against Ocean City was unbelievable.
Yeah, wasn't that though?
Yeah, and it just kind of was such a neat win that I think it uplifted the program and uplifted the alumni to donate more money back, to donate more time. And everybody's online watching right now, and this is a tradition as well. Mike OB's here. We're psyched to have him back up in the booth.
Well, did you already say hello to Marcus? He's down.
Marcus, always say hi to Marcus.
He's down in the nation's capital right now, guarding the Attorney General. And,
I did.
He's always watching the broadcast.
A lot of alumni. Marcus Perry, one of my dearest friends, and one of my childhood best buds. And he'll come on and tell me every time we mess up too. So if we mess up a stat or a fact or whatever, he knows them all. And one of the smartest kids that I grew up with, and who
great role model, made himself into a success, and
he's something else, because I played his head coach at Rutgers was our quarterback coach in Kansas City, and he's had story after story after story about what a great person Marcus Perry was, and what he's what he does for a living now, and he's a
character guy.
Yep. He's a Secret Service now.
Absolutely. FBI.
But we can't let everybody know.
Good to see you.
Get down there with your team, Coach. Great to see you.
And thank you. We appreciate the broadcast. You guys do a great job, and I think it's really rallied the community to come back to the corral. So
it's been awesome. Thanks for coming on. You got a ton of great feedback, and we're going to have you. We have to have you on all the time.
All right.
Put Mike back on here. Congratulations,
Coach.
Thank
you. Take care, guys.
See you at Charlie's. So from Mainland, the Mustang Corral, me and Mike Wolverton here on. He'll be here next week on the play-by-play at the Absegami games. I will be out.
I look forward to taking the role to the color side of the booth. I'm looking forward to it.
Special thanks to our sponsors, Golden Nugget. Thank you so much for making this happen. And Shore Orthopedic, Edmonds and Associates, and Cook's Fencing. These are all locals. Guys are all like Mainland people, and really support. And that's really why this is possible right now. It's a lot of hard work to get it to go. Mike Wolverton does a fantastic job on making sure this happens, and it's a ton of preparation that goes into it, and he does a fantastic job. Our cameraman Riley upstairs, he's a young guy. He's gonna a couple things he's got to deal with that the booth shaking up here. It's one of the loudest, most shakiest booths we're gonna see. So he does have a little shake going up there. But Riley, thank you very much. And so from Mainland, this is David Klemic on color, sitting shotgun with Mike O'Brien and Mike Wolverton.
The Mikes.
So long.